Well, good morning, everyone. I don't think I could be much happier than I am right now because we've been here for over an hour and we were here a couple weeks ago. And believe me, besides the great products, the great shirts that are going to be manufactured here, seeing the joy on these women and a few men's faces out here, it makes your day. It truly makes your day. So on behalf of the Schuylkill Chamber of Commerce, we'd like to welcome you all here today to celebrate Brigade Manufacturing and all the great things that are going to happen right here in the borough of Ashland. I can't help but say something that I wound up saying so many times when I was a county commissioner, but it wasn't really my saying. It was my colleagues saying. Frank Stoudemire was not only a great county commissioner, he was a great person. And he also was from Ashland, Pennsylvania, a proud Ashland, Pennsylvania boy growing up. Unfortunately, we lost him earlier this year, and he literally is resting in peace, a baseball throw away from here. In fact, I plan on going there right after this service today. But he always said, it's a great day in Schuylkill County, and he meant it each and every time. And today, he would think it's a wonderful day in Schuylkill County, not only for Schuylkill County, but for the borough of Ashland and for this great manufacturing setting. So, Brigade Manufacturing North LLC, BMN as its initials, and its two sister companies, Defender Enterprises Inc., DEI, and Brigade Manufacturing South, BMS, have locations in Tennessee, Alabama, Mississippi, and Pennsylvania. They employ approximately 430 people and support the U.S. government with a variety of apparel items ranging from base layers, shirts, pants, technical Gore-Tex outerwear, and PPEs. At this time, it's my great pleasure to welcome to the podium Richard Dick Holcomb to greet our guests and make a few opening remarks. Richard?
The only way I can talk is if I have a mask on, nobody understands what I'm saying. So, we'd like to thank you and the community and the county and the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania for allowing us to have this great opportunity to take over this factory. A little bit about how it came about. We were told through a rumor mill that Gitman was leaving. That was approximately 5.5 weeks ago. Approximately a week and a half ago, we closed the deal and we started manufacturing here. It'll be 2 weeks this Thursday. When you take the tour, you'll see why we're so excited to be here. The people that work here are not sewers. They're tailors and craftsmen. They care so much about the product that our client came up and did an inspection and said that we were the cleanest operation and the finished product was the best he's ever seen. And when that comes from a Berkshire Hathaway company, that means a lot to us. A little bit about what we plan to do here. Our Chief Operating Officer for the corporate and the CEO of this company is down in one of our facilities in Mississippi. But we do have our owner here. And I have to be very careful what I say. Because he says, let the old man with a microphone, you never know what's going to come out. With that said, I want to introduce the team, because the team is what's going to make this place go. And when we got here, we had the opportunity to meet the existing team, and we divided up the team into several different functions. The first function is we decided as a corporation to move all our business financial operation to Ashland, Pennsylvania. What that means is we now handle all the finances both receivables and payables, here in Ashland for all our facilities. And the person that's heading that up is our VP of Finance, and that's Michelle Good. And you met Rita, she was one of the greeters. She really does all the work, and Michelle and I take credit for it. I'd like now to introduce a person who will play a key role in this community, and that's our new plant manager. And you want to come up and introduce your team.
Good morning. Thank you, everybody for coming today. I just want to express my gratitude for Brigade Manufacturing North coming in and swooping up what everybody thought was ruin for them. Dick actually had an employee come up to him and hug him and say, "Thank you, you saved me." You know, so it just goes that deep with everything. I'd like to announce some very important people for our production, and there are 2 supervisors in the sewing production area. And without those 2 ladies, with the depth of knowledge that they have and the capacity to figure a problem out that if you or I would look at, it could be detrimental. We would never be able to figure it out. So our first supervisor in sewing is Wanda Shadle. Our second supervisor in sewing is Kathy Kreischer. Thank you all very much for coming today.
Thanks, Ann. Now, Ann, she follows the same rule everybody else follows. If she breaks all her goals, I take credit for it, and if she doesn't, I blame her. So, with that said, my position with the company is I'm chairman of the board. What that means is I give counsel, I don't make decisions. But the decisions are made by something that's very unique in the apparel industry. Most of you that have been around here know that most apparel people are my age. Nothing against my age, but we are old people. And we're lucky enough to have an owner and a president that represents the new generation of apparel and textile workers and manufacturers in the United States. I'd like now to introduce Jamie Davenport.
Well, first off, I'd like to reiterate our thanks to everyone for coming out today. This is a tremendous opportunity for us as a company. Pre-COVID, we were struggling to find enough employees to get to where we needed to go production-wise. And fortunately, Dick, being from this area, had heard about potentially closing this factory. As he alluded to 5.5 weeks ago, we made the decision to try and move to get up and running as quickly as possible. So we initially planned to start with uniform shirts, Army and Postal. And right now we have a need for about 260 operators for those 2 programs alone. Very quickly, we intend to branch out into the commercial market, much like Gitman used to support. Dick has a strong background in the commercial world with Woolwich, and he was president of the Outdoor Retailers Association for many years, so a lot of brand exposure. And there's a lot of opportunity in that segment right now, especially with the emerging technologies. The American textile and apparel industry is closing the gap on competition with offshore manufacturing. There's already a large reshoring effort underway. There's been a lot of failures of major retailers, as I'm sure you guys have read about, and that has that traces back to the purchasing practices and the waste and the excess purchasing that's occurred over the past 20, 30 years. That paradigm is shifting to on-demand manufacturing, and it has a tremendous impact on the environment because textiles is the #1 polluting industry in the world. So if you're only purchasing what you're using that has a tremendous impact on what you have to produce. So lower pollution, and it's something that we're going to be targeting with the extreme focus moving forward. So digital printing is a big key to that, and we intend to start that program. We're already doing some masks digitally, and we intend to implement that into our shirting programs as well. So we do intend to remain in the military and uniform shirt market, but we really have a focus to branch out for consumer-driven business. So we're also, the pandemic has given it some setbacks, of course, but it also has provided some opportunities. There are three things I think as a nation that we need to be able to produce domestically. We need, of course, need to be able to feed our population. We need to be able to produce medications, and we need to produce clothing and protective clothing. So we intend to help out with that latter program, and so with that, we're tremendously excited to be here, and we're looking forward to getting started. And we appreciate everyone's support, and I'll turn it back over.
So thank you so much, Dick, Jamie. It's just another great day and another great opportunity here in Ashland, Pennsylvania. It's now my pleasure to continue with our more or less traditional ribbon cutting procedure. And it's always important that the chair of the board of the Schuylkill Chamber of Commerce, our chairwoman this year, is Shannon Brennan. Shannon Brennan not only is the chair of the board of the Schuylkill Chamber of Commerce, but the executive director of the Schuylkill Technology Center, where vocational technical education is so important to our economy and growing our future employment force and workers. Shannon.
Thank you, Bob. Hello, everyone. I'm very delighted to be here for this ribbon cutting today. Positions and jobs in manufacturing and in bookkeeping and accounting are the foundations of the middle class, and a strong middle class economy is good for the community and it's good for the country. So I'm very excited to hear that the manufacturing in this facility is going to continue. It's very exciting for Ashland. Certainly I'd like to extend the support of Schuylkill Technology Center if there's anything we can do at any point. We are here for you, but congratulations, very excited. Thank you.
Thank you, Shannon. Next will be representing U.S. Senator Pat Toomey, his regional administrator, Marta Gabriel.
Thank you, Bob. Always exciting to be here in Schuylkill County. I feel like I'm up here a lot for all these wonderful things that are happening here, so congratulations to everyone in Schuylkill County who's contributing to the county's success. So, Dick, on behalf of Senator Toomey, I want to congratulate you and your team on this new venture here. I remember coming up here to Gitman when they were making Tom James products here several years ago, and I was so impressed with the facility and the quality of the product. And one of the things I remember the owner saying is how proud he was of the workforce that was here. So when I heard that that Brigade was buying this facility and you were maintaining a lot of the workforce that was here, so I was so excited because that legacy of that strong work ethic continues, and people are able to make good wages here, and you're contributing to the economy in Schuylkill County. So I'm delighted to be here on behalf of the Senator, and I congratulate Brigade, your whole team, on this venture.
Thank you, Marta. When we came here to tour the plant, Samantha Shavinsky and I, a few weeks ago, one of the first things Dick Holcomb said to us is, "We're scheduling this around the congressman." And I thought, well, that's impressive. I like that. So we happen to have a very good congressman here in the 9th Congressional District. He's doing a great job, and he's everywhere helping everyone, and clearly jobs manufacturing, 720 members strong in the Schuylkill Chamber of Commerce are his highest priority. And we are fortunate that not only is he is our congressman, but more importantly, that he allows us the connectivity with him day in and day out. So there's usually a day or a week that doesn't go by that I'm not in touch with the congressman, Mr. Gerhardt, Nathan, Gerace, one of the staff members, and that makes all the difference in the world when you have a congressman and a staff working for you hard day in and day out. So it's my great pleasure to introduce our congressman and my very good friend, Congressman Dan Muser.
Thanks, Bob. You know, when I heard Dick Holcomb was part of this, I knew we had something special in the making. I got to know Dick, well, quite a few years ago, and saw his family operation, which employed many throughout Sullivan County and throughout various parts of Pennsylvania. And he just impressed me immediately with his love of Pennsylvania, his entrepreneurship, his smarts, his skill, his ability to bring teams together to produce. And so when I saw your name being part of this, Dick, I knew we had something very special coming to Schuylkill County. And Jamie, congratulations to you. We glad you're up here and gonna be running the show here. You know, when I first came to Pennsylvania in 1987, helped start a business, most of our employees were either from the coal mining region or from the garment industry. And much of the garment industry moved to the Carolinas, moved to primarily the Carolinas. And so when I met Dick and saw all of the work that he was doing, I knew that the industry was still going to remain here, and it's just awesome to see it continue and manifest here. Patrick, thank you very much too. Nice meeting you. Thanks for bringing your teams together and all of us just working together, because it's the only way things really get done, right? For us all to be leaning in and focused on the greater good. Congrats to the commissioners, to Dave Argle's office. These things are very much joint efforts. And you know what? Schuylkill County, my district that I have the great honor of serving, is known as the distribution hub of North America. Not just the United States, but North America. And we tend to say, Boots and I, and George, and Dave Argle, and others, and Bob, can't forget Bob, nothing happens without Bob Carl's involvement, is that, you know, we want to be more than just the distribution hub. We want to be the manufacturing hub of North America. And you know what? What you guys are doing here at Gitman shows we're on our way. So congratulations and thank you. And it's so meaningful to so many here and the 100 or so employees and their families that are going to benefit by your endeavor and by your investment and your trust in this area. So we're gonna continue to support you and work for you. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Congressman Muser. It's always great to have you right here with us in the district. So I think the next thing would be best if we just called them all up together, and if I could ask the Schuylkill County Commissioners to come up. We have all three of them here. Chairman Baron Boots Hetherington, Commissioner George Halkovich, and of course, Commissioner Gary Hess. And we'll begin with the Chairman, Baron Boots Hetherington. Boots?
Thanks, Bob. Good morning, everybody. This is very sentimental for me because I live up the road here in Ringtown, Pennsylvania, in Union Township, and went to North Schuylkill High School, same as Danny did. And a lot of my friends' parents worked here. Well, a lot of moms were people that worked for Gitman Brothers for years. And I deliver corn down to Winger's feed mill, so I'll come down the mountain here and about 50 to 60 times a year delivering corn. And over the last year's time, I saw fewer and fewer cars in the parking lot every day, and it just bothered me to see this situation taking place. And then the one day I read in the paper about Mr. Holcomb and the folks coming in, and started to see the cars coming back in again, saw the big sign go up. He invited me over to have lunch at the Mays Drive-In next door, who's owned by some more of my friends from North Schuylkill. and got a chance to talk to him, and he brought me in, and I met Mrs. Shadle and her partner, and the enthusiasm. I mean, they had this place going again. They just had a few folks in the back corner, and they were just getting started. They had some white cloth, they were testing the machines, but the enthusiasm, the smiles on the operators' faces, as Bob said, this is a great day for the county. If you're gonna bring back, 100, 200 manufacturing jobs, that's a win for this.
Building that we're in, that's not the asset. The asset are the workers that we have here. And because of you, all the different people that work in this plant, that's what makes this place run. And that's what made this so valuable to move that forward. And that has given this company the vision to be able to do what they have to do. So on behalf of all the citizens of Schuylkill County, I just want to say thank you for believing in us, because I will tell you that we believe in the people of this county, and we know that we have great things to come. And thank you for being a part of that vision and making a difference in our county. So again, thank you, and God bless you. Gary?
I guess the not much more to say of what I agree with my colleagues here very much. And again, to echo sentiments that Bob said, and again, sadly missed from Frank Stoudemire. It is a great day in Schuylkill County, because Schuylkill County was head of the textile and garment industry all through the county, very, very strong. And years ago, even when the canal and the Schuylkill River, they got the goods here and sent them down to Philadelphia to distribute them out through. And it started here. And the thing is the workforce is the strongest. We have some good, dedicated people. And again, we thank you for keeping this a family-orientated type setting, that people can work here and be successful here, right here in Schuylkill County. And it's nice to see the resurgence of manufacturing, definitely. The manufacturing here in the county is very big and was very big, and it's nice to see that growth again. And we appreciate you coming here on the opportunity to make your business here successful. So again, thank you very much on everyone here in Schuylkill County. Thank you. Thank you very much. Unfortunately, the members of our state delegation could not be here today. I'm sure you realize they're a little busy facing a $6 billion deficit in the state budget. Our great state senator, Dave Argel, is also working on a leadership position, hopefully in the Pennsylvania Senate. But here representing him today is one of his staff members, Mary Beth Doherty. Mary Beth, you'd like to come up and say a few words?
Thank you, Bob. Those of you that know me know I'm a north of the mountain girl, born and raised in Girardville, about 4 miles that direction. So as I sat and listened to everybody talking about, the cars in the parking lot every day and the longtime employees here, they were my neighbors. My next door neighbor worked here 20 plus years, and her daughter, who lived up the street, worked here from the day she graduated from high school. So when Gibbon announced that they were not reopening, it was a blow. It was a blow to a lot of people that I know a long, long time. So you coming in and taking over this operation is a huge boon to Schuylkill County, to northern Schuylkill County. The last time I was in this plant was back in, I think, the early 2000s, and back in the days of when candidates for office would come into plants and make their rounds and talk to mostly ladies. There were some gentlemen as well, and hand out Pasta's York candy, the club sandwiches. And as I sat here and looked at, it's still quiet, hopefully not much longer, but so different from back on that day. It was noisy and lively and busy. So I am so grateful on behalf of Senator Argel to thank you for bringing that back. And on his behalf, I wish all of you a long, very successful run in Schuylkill County, and welcome on Senator Argel's behalf. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you very much, Mary Beth. Appreciate that. State Representative Neil Goodman also could not be here today. As we know, he's been a great and longtime state representative, Democrat from the 123rd representing this district, and he's very saddened that he also cannot be here today. Again, very busy in Harrisburg right now. I would like to state that one of the candidates running for the 123rd district is here with us today, Mr. Tim Twardzik. Tim, thank you for being here. I also have on my list that the mayor of the borough of Ashland was to be here. Is Ray Walkavich here? Walkavich? Mayor? Thanks for being here, Mayor.
Great to be here today. I'm a local boy. I was born and raised in this town, and I'm familiar with Gitman Brothers and how long this plant's been in this town. What I'd like to do is I'd like to just say a few words. I'd like to speak on behalf of the borough of Ashland and also of Borough Council. And I'd like to thank Jamie Davenport, president of Brigade Manufacturing, and Richard Holcomb, who's vice president, and all the members of the manufacturing team for their dedication and their decision to locate in this town. And one person I'd like to thank personally would be Congressman, or not Congressman, I should say, U.S. Representative Dan Mauser. Without your help, I don't think this could have been a reality really here today. I think we're fortunate to have a military contractor like Brigade Manufacturing locate in our small community with the great. It's not only great news only for the people, for the residents of Ashland, but also for the people who would be employed here. And I'll conclude by saying that I'm grateful for the assistance of the Schuylkill Economy Development Corporation and also the Chamber of Commerce, the Schuylkill County Chamber of Commerce. I personally feel that that small businesses is the backbone of our economy, and I think that Brigade Manufacturing will be a great asset to our town and also will further enhance the economic vitality of Schuylkill County. And I'd just like to say once again, I appreciate everything that you people do for this town. I know when this happened, this was devastating to me, being the mayor here, and all of a sudden we lose one of our manufacturing establishments here. We lost like 90 jobs. At the time, I made a few phone calls, but there wasn't much that actually could be done until this came about. And when I seen the sign going up out there, I'll tell you what, it was just like a revival to me for this town, because all the small towns are hurting right now, and Ashland is one of them. And we're not doing that good, but I think this is going to be a great asset for our community. And I'd just like to thank everyone for having me, letting me speak here today, and have a nice day.
Thank you very much, Mayor. We also have other ties. Ashland is one of our 9 affiliate communities in the Schuylkill Chamber of Commerce. We have relationships with 9 separate business organizations. Ashland happens to be one of them, so we're very happy about that. And I think, unfortunately, unable to be here today is Ray Jones, from the borough manager of this town. He had an accident several weeks ago, and he is recovering, but Ray is very active in the Schuylkill Chamber of Commerce, our Government Affairs Committee, so unfortunately he could not be here. Also want to recognize some other, everything that we do in Schuylkill County, I think we do very well as a team, and the team's not always just Schuylkill Countyans. We know how to reach out and bring other team members in. A gentleman that's here today has been here many times before with the Gitman plant, now with Brigade. I'd like to recognize Richard Parry from the Pennsylvania Department of Labor and Industry, the Rapid Response Services. Richard, thank you for being here. You met Mary Beth Doherty, Christine Verdier, the Chief of Staff for Senator Dave Argel, I think was going to be here. I guess at the last minute couldn't be here, but she's also one of our team members. With us today also, it was mentioned, Schuylkill Economic Development Corporation. Frank Zukas in the back with his wife Noni, Chair of the Board Dave Snyder, and the right hand and the left hand of the SEDCO, Letitia Reiser. Letitia. Again, the team gets broader. The Northeast Pennsylvania Manufacturers Association is so important to our manufacturing community. Here representing them today, one of their leaders, Courtney Fosnot. Courtney. And we also have two members of the Manufacturers Resource Center, a member of the Chamber, and also a valuable resource, not only educating our youth to the importance of manufacturing, but how people can get involved with viable jobs in the manufacturing sector. Here with us today is Terry Lampy and Karen Buck. Ladies, thank you. And the Ashland Area Chamber, which I referred to, was invited. They could not be here, but definitely one of our important affiliates of our 9 affiliates of the Schuylkill Chamber of Commerce. At this time, I'd like to welcome Richard back up, and we'll continue the program. Thank you very much.
Thank you. As you know, you can't operate any type of manufacturing without good employees. And employment and dealing with their union is very, very important for us. And we must say that this is probably one of the quickest union programs and approvals I think I've ever been involved in. Gitman had negotiated and came up with an agreement in January, and we're lucky enough to continue to renew that without any changes. And we're going to do something that I think is very important for this community right now. We're going to have Patrick and Jamie come up, and we're going to sign the contract. Patrick, do you want to introduce your team?
Thank you, Dick, and thank you, Jamie, so much. You know, we were very, very saddened when we heard about Gitman Brothers closing. We knew that we were going to lose about 90 good union members. That's the backbone of this manufacturer here in Schuylkill County. And then in the same breath, I got a phone call, found out that Jamie and Dick was coming in and was bringing Brigade Manufacturing here. And that made us very happy because, you know, we know that now we can continue that, and even in a larger scale. My team here today with me is Inez Vargas, who is the representative for the workers here at Gitman, and then Associate Director of our region, Mr. Patrick Jones Jr. is here today. We're glad to be here. We look forward to working with you, Jamie and Richard, and making sure that this is a good working relationship. Because without you, we don't exist, and without us, you don't exist. Congratulations.
Again, can't express how grateful we are to be here. It's a tremendous opportunity. There's not a lot of sewing talent left in this country, and it's a tremendously valuable resource, and we intend to take full advantage of the opportunity to grow this business. So then I'll turn it back to Dick.
All right. So there it is, folks. We have a special gift that we're going to give to someone right now. When we first came here, Ann and I interviewed all the employees, and out of that came a statement. And we had some unique answers to the statement, but reality, they all came down with the same. So, Jamie, you want to come forward? The statement is, let's go Postal. And let's see if we can hear any noise. Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Thank you.
Well, it's another really special ribbon cutting. I don't know too many ribbon cuttings where you see a labor agreement signed. That's pretty awesome, right? So it's at this time we'd like to get the ribbon cutting done. I think we're going to do it right here so that, as I like to affectionately call it, we get the money shot, and we're going to probably set this up, and we'd ask the people that have spoken today to come up and be part of the official photo. Get it around it before you cut it so we can get it up.
Okay, go ahead. 1, 2, 3.